Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have a second game between Ingenium as well as One Last Chance. And in the semifinals, only one team will qualify for the Heroes of the Storm Southeast Asian Championship Singapore Grand Finals. And that's going to happen on the 18th of July. The other team, unfortunately, will be kicked out of this tournament and competition. And that's exactly where they don't want to be. Also, the team winning this series will be guaranteed 500 Singapore dollars in the finals of this qualifier. So that's it. I'm Babel, and I hope you guys enjoy this cast. We've got a draft on the way here. On the left side, Ingenium. On the right, One Last Chance. Ingenium again with the map pick, and One Last Chance with the first pick here. Cursed Hollow is the map decided by Ingenium. So in case you guys are wondering why Ingenium can pick the map twice, this can happen in SEA because the way we decide first pick and map pick is we allow teams to do a coin toss. The winner of the coin toss will decide if he wants map or first pick, and the other team will get the other choice. However, in Game 2, the decision will switch sides, and that's where the team that lost the coin toss will decide if they want first pick or map pick. So for example, in the first game, if you decided map pick and you won the coin toss, in the second game, if your enemy pick first pick, you get map pick for 2 games. So that's it. We have a first ban of Lost Vikings as well as Tessadar getting banned out by Ingenium again. First pick of Zeratul coming up from One Last Chance. But Cursed Hollow is going to be the map here. So the merits of allowing the players to decide between first pick and map pick, and the decision being rotating, or rather the decision rotating between 2 teams, that's very important to allow teams to have the ability to train on specific maps, and it becomes a viable strategy. But that's it. We're just trying to place a little bit more emphasis. And also, by the way, SEA qualifiers, we're running a single ban format. And it's only in the national finals that's happening next weekend, by the way, 11th of July, Malaysia National Finals. That's where you're going to see a double ban coming in. So IGN versus One Last Chance. First pick Zeratul, and IGN first to pick Jaina Uther. We got One Last Chance here with 2 more picks. I'm thinking that it definitely should be a support as well as a tank. But then again, if they really want to play the Zeratul Rhaegar combo in Cursed Hollow, to be very fair, I think that One Last Chance didn't really lose the last game based on team fights. They kind of lost the last game based on objective. They were not able to win the team fights at the right timing. And they soaked up a lot of EXP already, but unfortunately, they're just not able to win the Immortal fights. That's the problem there, and Immortal pushed the lanes too much for them to salvage and make a comeback. But here comes Vala. And what seems like it could be a Rhaegar here. If it's Rhaegar, they're looking for yet another Bloodlust composition on One Last Chance. IGN now. With Jaina Uther. And the clock is ticking, but we have got just about 15 seconds before we go into extra time. Cursed Hollow is a very big map. You want to make sure that you have enough strategy. It's also one of the most complex maps in my opinion, because it's a big map and you've got objective spawning across a big map, and also laning is a huge problem. You want to make sure that your whole team can soak up EXP. So if it creates a lot of viable strategies like 4-man, going for tribute, 1-man soaking, or ignoring specific tributes and then soaking as well. So that's the main difference here. But yeah, One Last Chance, we'll decide to go for the Butcher. So the Butcher is the latest addition into the heroes list here. And he's got a lot of damage, plus the fact that we also have a Butcher with a Ruthless Onslaught that has got a momentous stun. And we've got Hamstring going down, some slows, as well as some damage. Plus you've also got the other skill there that allows him to, the trait first that gives him fresh meat. And Butcher also has got the brand that allows him to stay alive a little bit longer. So here we've got Uther going to IGN. We don't have Uther as well as Butcher on the same side, but Uther Jaina seems to be pretty viable build here. But Ingenium now with 2 more picks, and we're just deciding what it's gonna be. They have got some form of damage in the form of Jaina. They probably want to go for dual damage dealers and nothing more than that. Seems like ever since the last patch, most players and teams kind of like to play a double tank. And I think double tank is kind of fine. We got Sylvanas, Uther, Jaina, as well as one more pick here. But Sylvanas in Cursed Hollow is just very, very beneficial. It's a big map. They've got space to push, and also they can also do a lot of pressure here. So Johanna will be able to do some great position there for. I think Johanna sets up the fight really well for Jaina. Johanna should be able to land Condemn well, and then you got Blizzard coming in. Sylvanas with Whirling Arrow can actually turn a team fight around. But one C here. They have got Butcher, Zeratul, Vala, 3 damage dealers. That's a lot of assassins there. 2 melee as well. And 1 ranged, of course. So this is where, if it's Rhaegar again, I will not be surprised, but they gotta make sure that Butcher goes for the right-click build. And I don't think that there's anyone on the blue team that can stop Butcher's right-click build. It is still gonna be Jaina. Rhaegar. And that's probably gonna be the Bloodlust composition. So one last chance with Bloodlust in the first game. Didn't win Ingenium. Was a close fight, but unfortunately Ingenium just won it at the end for them for one last chance. So here we go. We have got the last pick. Should be a warrior. I'm thinking that if they go for warrior, they should try and pick a CC. They don't have Johanna, and Tessida is banned out. Lost Vikings also being banned out. Lost Vikings is such a legitimate ban here. Although most teams don't really play them in SEA anymore, Lost Vikings has got the ability to soak up lanes really well, and more players actually more and more players like to play again as compared to picking Longbow Raid. But still, Vikings pretty viable. I think that just not a hot favorite anymore. It's gonna be Anubarak. So Anubarak here is more like a CC damage dealer. Or rather CC, okay? Not so much damage dealer because the Scarabs have been nerfed already. But Anubarak should be able to land some good stunts. And I feel that this is okay for a dive comp. Maybe Tyrael slightly better, because Tyrael would be able to lock down one enemy in position. But they have the Uther, which is why they're not going to pick Tyrael. That's the main reason there. I mean, I'm checking through the list of warriors here that can do a lot of damage, and Tyrael is definitely one of them. We've also got Sonya, Arthas, and all 3 of them are pretty viable. Does a lot of damage. Here we have the last pick for Ingenium. Not really suggesting it should be a damage tank, but it could be a secondary support. We'll see what happens here. 40 seconds remaining for Ingenium's last pick. Cursed Hollow, big map, Sylvanas is already a huge advantage for Ingenium. But for one last chance, I think they've got a pretty good shot here. Well, they just need to execute it slightly better, as well as burst down the right target. The problem with the lineup for one last chance is that they don't really have any way to lock enemies in place, and it's gonna be a Feldstad. So Feldstad, Sylvanas, Jaina, all 3 of them. Damage dealers, 1 support. Ingenium won the first game because they've got a lot of support in that series. But here, they've only got 1, Uther. Uther is not good with AoE heals, not good with sustaining team fights. So one last chance may have that to their advantage. Vala should go for strafe this fight. But then again, maybe Vala wants to set up with Zeratul, in which Ring of Vengeance connects for a lot of stun there. But we'll see. So still very viable options available. And I'm waiting for the invite before we can start this next game. Game 2, Cursed Hollow. And one last chance versus Ingenium. 1 game advantage for Ingenium already. And they are just a little ahead here in this game, in this series. By the way, Ingenium, 2 of the 5 members today, they are winners of the Heroes Community Cup that happened back in March. So this is a champion team. And now Cursed Hollow, big map, biggest map I think. Ravenlord here creates tribute. You just gotta please him. If you get 3 tributes, Ravenlord will curse the enemy, which means that the minions are down to 1 health, and forts and towers don't attack. So for all of the new players, this map has got 2 boss camp, 2 siege camp, as well as 2 bruiser camp. So I'm in the lobby right now. waiting for them to reconnect. It seems like they've got some connection issues. One guy just left the lobby. But yeah, Cursed Hollow. So Cursed Hollow has been played by competitive teams just to test the enemy's ability to, react and to come back from a snowball. It's not really a 5v5 map in a sense that you don't really see a lot of 5v5 choke points or action happening, but there's a lot of crooks and crannies in this map, a lot of choke points. So combos generally being played on this map, they're very much favored, a hot favorite here. Cursed Hollow also has got, I think, one of the strongest mechanic, because you want to make sure that you get both golems, and it takes a good team's ability to think ahead of the enemy team. Cursed Hollow tests just that, and the game will start right now. So Ingenium 1 game up. Shout out to all of you guys watching at home. Thank you for tuning in here. And this is the official Road to Blizzcon for Singapore. We are at the 4th qualifier. We're looking for 2 teams to qualify today. This is the semifinals. Ingenium, or one last chance, only one of them will qualify. Shout out to sponsors Alienware, Intel, and a fair first sponsor Razer, as well as streaming partner XP for making all of this happen. So yeah, qualify 4, man. It's been 4 weeks of back-to-back action, and we're finally here, the last one of all, for this year's BlizzCon. So on the blue team, we got Ingenium playing as Johanna, Exquisite, Sadie on to Uther, Fantastic playing as Jaina, Yang there will be playing as Sylvanas, last but not least we got Saint Mara playing as Felstad. And on the red team, it's one last chance. It's literally the last chance for them here. They're gonna have to win this just to qualify. It's also game 2 and they are 1 game down. Maybe they came out a comeback story, we'll see. Lunacy on to Rhaegar, Viviera on to the Butcher, and Unity is playing as Vala. We got Clutch on to Anabarak, last but not least Drunk playing as Zeratul. Already not gonna see a close fight happening here. Ingenium splitting to 3 discipline lanes. They got a really good combo here. The composition on the bottom lane is really awesome. We got Jaina and Sylvanas, both of them push so fast, and they got Sadie there as well. 30 seconds and still no fight. So let's look into the talents here on the red team. Invigoration, Assault Scarab, Regeneration Master, Healing Totem, and Rancor. So right click Vala, as well as a Beetle build up on Anubarak. I realized that most of the teams today really like to pick the Beetle build. It's not as valid as it was last week, but I think that teams don't really want to go for the full-on CC build with increased range on the Impel, as well as the bit of buffs for the slow, plus all the other buffs to Burrow Charge and stuff like that. But for the blue team, it's going to be Conjurer. We got Power Throw, a bit of a buff up on Hammerang, as well as Deep Shield. And with a win, a standard stuff, Night Take Spawn is a good talent here for this map, because it is a big map, and if you are able to push the lane effectively, maybe the enemy is not able to respond in kind. Big map has got a space for that strategy. So top lane Felstad's here up against Anubarak. Mid lane we got Zeratul as well as Vala up against Johanna. Bottom lane used to be a 3-man red team, but Viviera and Lunacy is going to solo this one here up against Sylvanas, Jaina, as well as Uther. So far so good. We got that. We got one tower down to about 50% health already. But level 3 both sides. And Lunacy with the Healing Totem again. So Rhaegar, not much of a change here actually. The reason why he is kind of viable again in competitive play for SEA, or rather SG, is because of the fact that he's got a buff to Tidal Wave, and that's a talent that he can pick up. But unfortunately for this team, or maybe fortunately, they're just not going for that build. So there's not a lot of heals here up on Rhaegar, and I have to stress that. It may be a support player, but this is this looks like it's Bloodlust again. We got Manticore up on Vala. Focused attack. Yes, it looks like it's Bloodlust. And for the blue team, Protective Shield, Gathering Power, GP up. We got Arcane Intellect and Venom and Amplified Healing. So Venom has been nerfed a little bit, not really to the ground, kind of to the ground, but still fine at the end. And Venom now has got increased duration, which means that it's not as bursty, as painful as it is. It's primarily being used just to burst the enemy down. But that's not the case here. So blue team, not really wanting to contest this point here, but that's it. Seems like we're going to see Jaina dropping. And red team in a good spot to channel up the tribute. Lunacy going to get cancelled there by Shield Glare. Jaina respawning in just 1 second. Viviera boxing out the enemy. Dropping really low. Viviera now with the brand healing up a little bit. Exquisite with Condemn. But still the tribute not going for the red team. They have us slightly in terms of EXP. Members of the red team have returned back to the individual lanes. Top lane Felstad still here. Clutch now with a good stun onto Felstad. Blue team channeling up the tribute. Viviera needs to be very careful. Sadie looking for the stun. Connects it beautifully. Druk now with a cleave onto Exquisite. Looking for a bit of a blink. Will run away. I think that if Drunk wants to play this build, he shouldn't be playing Regeneration Master. He should be playing for the reduced cooldown on Blink. It's very important that he play that just to make sure that he can poke a lot more. Viviera again riding the pig in. I think he rode a pig in, but it's a hamstring. It connects really well. The 4-man now on the bottom lane. Both really wanting to soak the bottom lane. The tribute not going to any side just yet. Viviera dropping a little low here. Exquisite goes in. Tries to box out the enemy. Hamstring connecting again. This is mainly the reason why you have Fill X, because you want to increase the length of hamstring just to make sure that you're not overextending and you can still join the channeling here. Exquisite dropping. We still have got Sadie down to no, rather low mana, and that's a bit of a problem for the blue team. They're slightly ahead in terms of EXP. I think top lane's been pushing pretty well. Clutch unfortunately not able to hold the front there. Hamstring being used. Lunacy goes in for a bit of a big chunk of meat on Sadie. Drunk. Hamstring again by Viviera. Just 4 seconds. Very irritating talent or rather skill to use. Lunacy trying to channel up the tribute, will not get it off. And they may just actually fight to level 10 like that. Top lane. Gate dropping as well. Clutch doing a great job defending, but unfortunately not really enough to hold the enemy's minions at bay. Blue team coming in, looking for the kill. Lunacy now gonna get slowed. Here comes the Ruthless Onslaught, and it connects beautifully onto Sylvanas. A bit of the Haunting Wave gonna disjoin that. Exquisite dropping. There goes the Iron Skin. Red team now in a bit of extra control position. Viviera wanting to kill Exquisite. There goes the Shield Glare, blinding Unitius and also disjoining the channel up on the tribute. Here comes the Blizzard. Viviera dropping again. Unitius still channeling it up. Most of the skills are on cooldown, and the red team gets on tribute. Well done, boys. After a gruesome 3 minutes, they finally get it off. But yeah, we got to see Cleanse Up. We also got to see Boomerang, Frost Armor, Unstable Poison, and Frost Armor. Interesting. This actually helps Jaina stay alive a little bit longer as well. And also, it is effective against a right-click build, and that's exactly what the red team is building. So that's a good adaptation in terms of talent there. It does have Deep Shield as well as AI, Arcane Intellect. So far, so good. Unstable Poison, Standard, Sylvanas build, pre-patch. We got Amplify Healer and Better Momentum up on Johanna. So this is not going to be a full-on tank or regeneration build. It's just going to be a Night Takes Pawn build into a hybrid specialist plus maybe a bit of a tank element for Johanna. For the red team now, just barely hitting level 9. We got Brutal Strike, we got Leeching Scarabs, as well as First Aid, Cleanse again, and Searing Attack. So it's definitely the right-click Vala. First Aid here. Basically, got some max health. Unfortunately, Hamstring and Manticore not connecting. Multi-shot, a bit of a waste there. Could have joined the channel up. So 1 kill for the red team, and they don't really maximize this. They should have, but they're getting level 10 real soon. And next tribute should be theirs, but that means level 10 is also going to be applicable for the blue team on the 3rd tribute. Or rather the 4th tribute of the game and 3rd tribute for any of these teams here. St. Mara dropping. Viviera there, unfortunately not able to pick up the kill. Here comes some kill from Sadie. Exquisite at a mid lane. Drunk playing very safe this game, unlike the last game in which he dived a lot. But Ingenium will be the first one to hit level 10. And here we have some talent choices already. Divine Shield, Hinterland Blast, Water Elemental, Willing Arrow, Blessed Shield. And for the red team, it's going to be Void Prison, Locust Swarm, Bloodlust, Ring of Vengeance, as well as what looks like a Fernal Blast. Alright. That's the absolute good pick here for Butcher. Because Butcher with Lamb to the Slaughter, as well as the fact that Uther has got Cleanse, is not going to be very effective. It's going to get cancelled, and that's all you're going to get. So Tribute spawning. Drunk now, not at full HP. Needs to be, just for this next fight. And it seems like Vala's also not in that area. They may not be ready for this. They may have to buy some more time. And it's tricky because the blue team has got level 10. Clutch swings by. Chases the enemy out. Spawns some beetles. Drunk now. With a cleave. Void Prison connecting only on 2. Exquisite there with a bit of the issue glare. They want to pick up Fantastic. Fantastic goes down. Unity is now a little bit of trouble. Clutch goes in. Misses the stun unfortunately. Hinterland Blast will connect on Drunk. Drunk now dropping. Exquisite still in play here. Condemn connects beautifully. Water Elemental knocking on the 0-2. 0-2. A little bit of trouble there. And a bit of repositioning on the Water Elemental. Will not pick up the kill. But that's it. Johanna goes down. And Clutch, Viviera pushing the mid lane. 0-2 channeling up. Or rather summoning the tribute here. Viviera dropping really low. Yang there. Using the Shadow Dagger to do a lot of damage and push out the lane. But level 12 up on the red and level 11 on the blue. We got a replay ready, so let's check that out. This is where the hamstring connected. Beautiful Void Prison. And immediately you know that this is not a Void Prison setup for combo because 0-2 went directly for the kill on Jaina. Jaina was trying to stay alive the whole time, but Drunk went in. Nice blink. And Saint Mara also in a lot of trouble there, but able to just barrel out. A nice save by Uther. That's just about it. So that will be the end of that fight there. And back to real time, we're looking at the blue team picking up the Golem here. And the boss is actually going to the blue team. Red team also doing the same. Same old, both sides still playing to a draw. Very close game here in the second one. Red team with a slight lead, 1 level lead. But in Ingenium, all they need is just 1 good fight to level the lead. So next tribute spawning in just about maybe 30 seconds here. Red team, Golem getting into some trouble there. Blue team defending that. And bottom lane seems like Unity is not really able to stop the Golem from destroying the healing well by the Golem. Now, well, it's lucky for the red team that we actually have got a tribute spawning at the bottom lane. Falstack can fly by actually, but may not be able to stop this from happening. Golem going down at the end. Clutch now. Will not face Condemn. Condemn not connecting there. Red team. 3-man bottom lane aggression. They do lose the... Well, but they don't lose the fort. The fort at the top lane also at about full health. So Ingenium with a better defense there. Also taking down a very aggressive stance from themselves. Knocking off the fort on the top lane. The bottom lane now also losing the fort. And we also got a siege golem pushing the bottom lane. Savannah is just defending the mid lane and doing whatever she can. Do note that the towers are still activated on the red team, but when Shadow Dagger has been applied, the towers will be deactivated. Viviera trying to land a very awesome linear hamstring. Exquisite. And then goes in. Void Prison connecting only on 2 behind enemy lines again. Viviera now going Infernus Blast channeling up. And there goes the boom, baby. And 2 men not going down yet. Here comes Hinterland Blast. Silence connecting. Butcher going down. Butcher not able to run out. Winner pullback. Clutch was not in play. And that's a bit of a problem. Now Bloodlust not used. Used already. Now 4 men alive. But that's a lot of burst from the blue team. They got Jaina doing a lot of work. And it seems like Jaina will go down. Clutch pops. Locust Storm will pull back. Curse is over. And the fight will go to the blue team. Red team there, unfortunately, not able to kill anyone in that instance. Jaina did die, but let's check in the replay to see who exactly popped the bag out. I think it was Sylvanas. No, actually, Saint Mara. Barrel. Effective barrel from Saint Mara. And a Hinterland Blast just stunned things around. Butcher died there. And Yang was dropping really low. Sylvanas, unfortunately, they're not able to pick up the kill there. Clutch goes in, good stun. Water Elemental coming on. That's the problem. Blizzard Water Elemental means a lot of damage, and it's a concentrated AoE damage. That's the problem. You've got a choke point there, and that's exactly what Ingenium wanted. They needed a choke point. They made full use of it, but still we got a red team with a 1-level lead because of the curse, with a bit of a snowball action there. And then we have some Blizzard coming and wipe the wave out. Butcher dying means that he actually has to collect back his fresh meat count. 9 only right now. Needs to get back to 25. Using the very standard hamstring build here. That somewhat seems to be an indicator of a popular build in SEA. I know Butcher has got 3 ways to play. You can play the right-click build, which I would have preferred a little bit more. You could also play a hybrid right-click with hamstring build, plus a charge as well as a right-click build. That's also kind of okay. Normally, I think that I've got no problem with the first talent being picked up. I think that's perfectly fine. I don't think Butcher really needs the increased movement speed here for Chase. normally just want to make sure that Butcher stays alive in most fights, and that's where I think you know, having the increased count of fresh meat really helps. Plus, you only lose half the amount of fresh meat as compared to losing every single count there. So here we go, level 16. Let's look at the talent for both sides. We got Benediction, String Ray, Crippling Hammer, Overdrive, which basically increase AP. So this is definitely AP felt stat. We got Numbing Blast, some extra CC coming in. Cast range of Blizzard increased by 100%. So Jaina's gonna stay all the way behind, and having a Frost Armor keeps her alive. Remember, Frost Armor slows the enemy by a lot. So applies chill and reduce damage by 75% even. So we've got Blood for Blood up, Evasive Fire, Hold Your Ground, Imposing Presence. And for the red team, talked about Butcher already, Blood for Blood, Burning Rage, Wormhole, Double Bombs, Tidal Waves. Actually, this is going to be a slightly more healing concentrated Rhaegar, and I hope it works out well for him. Exquisite, taking a lot of damage there. Here comes the silence connecting on both Vala as well as Butcher. There goes the Bloodlust. And it seems like Seymara got cancelled there. And Reign of Energy going down, picks up the kill quickly on Johanna. Johanna's gone, Seti is the next target. Seti is down as well. Fantastic is next one. 5 men still alive. Bloodlust not really left here. We still got 5 men alive on the red team. Looking for a team wipe. Yang there, next target. Tries to use Haunting Wave to run away, but Drang goes down. Seymara now with a bit of the hammer rank. 4 men down. Uniteers once more. Not able to catch up. A bit of a good mount up on Yang. They may just go for the inner 4. That's the problem. 20 seconds before Johanna respawns and 35 before the whole team. We got a Siege Golem coming out. A bit of a split decision here between the boss as well as the core. Keep. Not the core yet, but they will go for the boss, and I think that's the safer route here. Getting rooted, you gotta be very careful. Let's check out a replay. Well, we have the real time at the bottom left of this screen. Lunacy in position, unstoppable connecting, or rather Condemned connecting, unstoppable up on Johanna already. And there goes the Blizzard. Nice sidestep here. In fact, perfect Void Prison. They were sidestepping the damage. Uniteers got in position for a really good Reign of Vengeance. Just connected one charge, but that's exactly what they needed. There's also Divine Shield up quickly on Clutch. Sorry, not on Clutch, on Seymara, which is why Felset was alive for that fight there. Unfortunately, they do drop one guy. I think it's Drunk here, yeah. And that's expected. Oh, Exquisite now caught out of position. Seti trying to save his brother there, but Viviera not able to do anything. Also the stun from Clutch missing. That's a bottom lane. We've got the boss pushing, and they get themselves one free tribute, but that should just be it. Blue team forced to tap the wall. Exquisite may go in for another fight. Ooh, something really bad happening. Getting rooted there is the least of things you want to face in this fight. The boss goes to red team. Clutch off position there. Anuparak in a little bit of trouble. Does have that burrow charge run away. Needs to stop getting stunned. There goes Interblast. Connects on 3 really well. Here comes the silence. Also going to see a bit of Blood for Blood. There goes the Reign of Vengeance. They want to pick up Yang first. Meanwhile, Viviera dropping. This fight being split into 2. Red team loses 2 members. Shouldn't have fought like that. And here comes the flyby. Seymara throws out the Hammerang. Will not pick up the kill. Tribute spawning. Boss pushing. Maybe blue team's actually going to get this one. Big fight there. Not good enough for the red team. Perfect hinterland blast by Seymara. Have to say, that's really good. Let's check out the replay right now while they channel up the tribute. So they got the boss. Viviera positioning was off. Clutch is the problem here. Should have just backed up a little bit. And they just formed a nice one line here for everyone to get silenced, for everyone to get damage in. Drunk there. Unfortunately not able to pop the Void Prison, deciding not to do so. Jaina dropping really low. Good job there by the Butcher to try and pick off the kill, but no backup. Shouldn't have done that. That's a blue team getting cursed, but this is a problem because the red team getting cursed, and it's a problem for the blue team. Why? They're not really capitalizing on this push here. That's my problem. We have got the lanes getting pushed out, but it's not enough. Red team picking up the siege camps to defend the lanes, and the blue team, all 5 members there, still half a level down. They got the keep at about 60% health right now. And no one playing the... Actually, nobody here has got Mule. So the curse gonna expire in just about 15 seconds. Exquisite getting some slow from Hamstring. More slow coming out. Clutch landing some stun. Sends the Beetle forward. More chopping action again from Viviera. Just want to chop Johanna up. Really yummy. Uniteers there. Unfortunately, well, if the fort goes down, it will still be something for the blue team. They're pulling back now. Void Prison only on Seti, not good enough. Drug now. A little bit of trouble, Exquisite dropping, really low, Clutch goes in. Unity is now looking for more. There goes a 4-man Silence. Bloodlust coming a little bit too slow, but blue team has got 2 men down on the red already. Vivera with some stun action there, not enough for a kill. Unity is, the combo is broken here. Maybe they're gonna lose this game. Red team pulling back, and also gonna see some clans happening there quickly on Rhaegar, but they only got Unity that's alive. Bad Void Prison by Zeratul. May just threw this game away. They're gonna lose the meat for it. Blue team now has got EXP lead. If you look in on the talents now, you'll see Redemption, Epic Mount, which basically reduces cooldown of flight, by the way. And Bolt of the Storm up on both Jaina as well as Sylvanas, and Indestructible up for Johanna. And on the red team, we got Fires of Hell, which is the second explosion. Don't like this, but I think it's okay for his build. We got Rewind, we got Nexus Plates, we got another Rewind up on Rhaegar, which basically helps him heal a lot more, as well as Bolt of the Storm up on Vala. Level 20, this fight is very important. He may lose both forts here, top and mid. It's a big mistake by the red team. Shouldn't have fought like that. Now they're ping. 9 kills against 9 kills. Number of kills is really even. Oh, the stun connecting on Vala. Nice vault there. Wasting Blast Shield. 1 second before Butcher respawns. Viviera comes out. And I think that this is where they got to play very carefully. Bottom lane getting pushed in here. 2 Siege Golem. What can they do? A lot of damage. But they're going to have to focus on the right targets first. Red team actually not doing anything but clearing the waves, and the blue team now pulling back. One more mistake by the red team and it's core for Ingenium. One last chance. It really is one last chance right now. Drunk should stop drinking beer. He needs to stay awake for this fight. But we got about 1/3 in terms of tribute count for the red team. And tribute spawning on the bottom lane. If Raid wins the team fight, they can actually go for core. Exquisite getting spotted out a little bit earlier. A little bit early, but Exquisite is not very easy to pick off. And members of the red team not in position even. Clutch, lens is stun. Nope, doesn't connect. My bad, I lied. Hammerang coming out. And positioning of Fantastic is pretty good. Is always within reach here. Blizzard connecting on Clutch. 2 counts, in fact. Well, cancelling the shield there. Viviera with a surprise hamstring. Unity is channeling up the tribute. Both teams playing it very safe. Shield Glare buying more time. Saint Mara now with Hammerang. This is a choke point. They don't want to fight here. And the tribute goes to red team. Close fight. 2/3. Next one is going to be Curse. Top lane pushing out. They need to defend. Oh boy, they should be able to take down this keep just now if they went directly for it instead of the boss, but they decided to go for it, and the boss didn't really accomplish anything except taking down the gates on top and maybe doing some damage here, but that's all. So no more talent analysis. We are at the end of the road there, so I think that we will have to see more fights now. 9 kills each side. Both teams systematically rotating to the bosses. I think that this is impeccable timing. By the way, there's a live audience and the players can hear me, but there is delay, I think. Good delay. Awesome delay, and it's more than enough. It's 2 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes delay, so there's no way they will know this is happening. Unless they use Clairvoyance, which Uther doesn't have. Tribute spawning top lane, one last chance. Have got a chance for a steal here. Lunacy channeling out 50%, looking for more. Maybe the Blizzard gonna stop him. Yes, it will. Clutch now. Needs to be careful. Drunk looking for. This is a choke point. Maybe it goes down. The Void Prison connecting. Zeratul will go down. That's not gonna be good enough. That's a red team looking for the kill damage. There goes the Bloodlust. Silence on 3, and also gonna see Rain of Vengeance. Furnace goes down. Second one not gonna pop. Seems like Indestructible gonna buy some time. Unitis, more right-click damage, but Anubarak dropping really low. Lunacy not healing enough, and there goes Anup. This is a huge problem. Unitis actually picking off most members behind, and the Vala spots out Sylvanas again. They will get 1 tribute, but what they really want is the core. Felstad flies all the way down. There's a boss here, and Samara just pushing along with the boss. Unitius needs to be very careful. If he die, it's cycling death. We've got about 30 seconds, and one guy still alive. Felstad now realizing can go for core. Ingenium now knocking on the core. One last chance, losing that last chance even. Zeratul unfortunately not getting the perfect Void Prison ever since the 10-minute mark. Shield dropping very low. Unity is doing a lot of damage against Imara. Here comes the boss. 6%. Oh, sorry, 6 seconds before 0-2 respawns. Core down, 70%. Core dropping, 60, 50. Maybe it's game. 0-2. No Void Prison for the next 30 seconds. The game is done. And Ingenium goes on. They qualify for the national finals here. Let's check out the replay. Drunk there. Close fight. This is a choke point, but the wrong people are there. You want to choke Fantastics and Mara. You don't want to choke Uther as well as Johanna. It's just not a good combo there. So that's it. Butcher went in without much of a support. Anubharat was not even in front of Butcher. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? So it's a bit of a miscom there. 2 mistakes so far. Unitius did whatever he can. Unfortunately, it didn't qualify. And the team there losing the last chance. All they wanted was just to qualify. And Ingenium will be taking that spot in the grand finals. Also, we are going for a short break. Actually, not so short a break, but still a break. And we'll be right back. Let's take a look at the brackets now. Okay, so this is the brackets for today. We've got next semifinals between Salt Gaming and Misfits of Gaming. So it's either you're salty or you're a misfit, but that's the story here in Singapore. We got these 2 teams playing off in the semifinals, of which only one team will qualify. Ingenium is now actually at the grand finals. So we're updating the brackets as we speak. But here we go. So Ingenium at the grand finals. Congratulations, one last chance, playing in a 3rd, 4th match there. Unfortunately, the series now going to the ace match. I wanted to see a 3rd game, but no, we don't have that. So that's it. We'll be going for a break. We'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Once again, if you like this cast, give me a like on Facebook. Link will be dropped in the chat. Shout out to sponsors: Alienware, Intel, for a sponsor Razer, as well as String Partner XSplit. See you guys in the wall. Shin pops Avatar. Next dropping a little bit. Void Prison behind. Quirty dropping very low. Quirty may just go down. Quirty goes down. Impaling Blade connects, but not enough damage. That's a Nyx now getting killed. Shin also gonna